to take a brief call in support of this particular bill. Mr. Speaker, the pleasing part is really that Ngati Apa has redress, and a huge process has been entered into to get to this point. And one of the wonderful things about what's happened in this treaty settlement period of New Zealand history, and as Māori reaches post-Renaissance, are the many examples of this type, where a particular iwi, a particular tribe, Ngati Apa in this particular case, is able to be mandated and then develop a process to identify all of those issues that are before it, and then to enter the process of negotiations with the Crown over a long period of time. And it is something special about New Zealand society that this has happened several times now, many times now, and this is now Ngati Apa's day, and indeed we acknowledge the grievances that have been raised, we acknowledge the hurts of the past, and we find a way to the future. And that is one of the defining aspects of contemporary New Zealand society, Mr. Speaker, that we are able to do this. It sets us apart from many, many other countries, and it makes us particularly unique. Many countries in which Indigenous people, Indigenous tribes, have been colonised and their rights taken away and their land taken away, have gone along for a long time and sometimes never reached this point that Ngati Apa is reaching today. And that is the special characteristics I want to acknowledge and celebrate as being a New Zealander, as being a member of this House, and indeed a speaker in this particular stage of this bill. And this is a credit to previous members of Parliament, previous governments that have worked on this process. And in this particular case, we note that the part of Mr. Cullen has been acknowledged, and indeed others, and may I also acknowledge Honourable Christopher Finlayson's part in this particular case to bring this together. And I think they all do this House proud, they do this country proud, and they do this nation proud by engaging and taking their time, at their own time, to make it so special. And it falls upon the present government to bring this to a conclusion, so I acknowledge the work of the Honourable Christopher Finlayson, and indeed the Select Committee, those who have worked on this particular bill to get at this particular phase. And indeed the bill has all of those unique aspects that have become a hallmark of settlements in New Zealand. First the acknowledgement of the harm, which is in the main provisions of the bill, the apology that's offered, and that's quite special about New Zealand society. And often, at times, not realised outside the House, not realised in many, many conversations. There are many who say that, well, I didn't do anything wrong, why should I apologise? But indeed, in a symbolic sense, Mr. Speaker, it is particularly unique to us as New Zealanders and this particular phase of our history. So this bill also has the provisions for that apology. There are several aspects to the particular apology in this particular bill. Then there are the cultural redress aspects of the bill that are also included here, and then the commercial redress. What all of that does together, Mr. Speaker, again, it's a cause for celebration. It provides a pathway forward. It puts to rest certain matters of the past. It provides compensation to the extent possible, but never enough, clearly. And then enables, probably most importantly, a particular tribe to move forward as equal partners in this particular society. So Mr. Speaker, my call is a brief one to really acknowledge that particular work, to acknowledge also the unique aspects of our society at this time. And I did want to just go back to those listening to this debate, and one wonders, what aspects they focus on. Is it that here is another settlement and here's Parliament going through its motions again? Or is it more important than that? Clearly it's going to be particularly significant for Ngati Apa. And it's their time and it's their process, it's their time to be compensated, to have the resources and to move forward. But wouldn't it be nice, Mr. Speaker, if others also moved with it? And this is the symbolism of the particular, of the apology I come back to. It is us as a nation trying to put to rest some aspects of the past. And as we do that, it provides a way to move forward. So I urge others who are listening, others who might not be 100% behind what this is about, is to accept the symbolism of the apology and the importance of the settlement. And indeed, it provides us as a society an opportunity to move forward as well. So, Mr. Speaker, I congratulate those who have taken part in bringing this bill to this stage, acknowledge the work of this government, acknowledge the work of the previous government, acknowledge Ngati Apa and Minister Turia in particular, who introduced this bill, and really stand proud to support this particular bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Members.